The Trump regime just created an international embarrassment by presenting at a global conference a map of Africa that had all the countries wrong. My name is Dina Doll with the MeidasTouch Network. Let's get into this. I mean, we've spoken about the dangers of AI, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more about the military use of AI. But this is just even basic presentations. I mean, this is a global conference about AIDS. We've already created dangers with that by cutting AIDS, specifically with children. We've already created chaos, deaths, embarrassment about the fact that we could not fulfill our obligations. But now this is something so simple, so simple. This is a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation. According to reporting, the PowerPoint presentation shows that it was used with OpenAI. It created such a spectacle at the conference that people there posted pictures of it online. They took pictures of it, posted it online. There was even somebody who wrote a Substack on it that got evidently 40,000 views in just a matter of hours because the United States of America posted something so blatantly wrong. First of all, it's very disrespectful to Africa, but it also is completely incompetent. Because here's the thing. I'm going to show you the difference between a Google map and then this map of the presentation and show you how clearly it's wrong. If by just doing a basic fact check, I could tell it was wrong. But the point of the matter is that the people on the team making a presentation about Africa should have known enough about Africa to not have to fact check it from Google. This is not looking at the intricacies of small towns. This is literally not only the shape of the countries, but the location of the countries. So let's get into this. But as we know, Trump, they don't hire based on qualifications, right? We've seen this with every department, but this was just glaring with embarrassment on the world stage. I mean, we have Nigeria. Nigeria, the shape you could see is very different than it actually is. It's in somewhat of the right location. I mean, the fact is we actually have troops in Nigeria. It just shows how embarrassing it is to not have this accurate. But Mozambique is in a completely different location in Africa. Again, somebody with basic knowledge who's literally on a team presenting about Africa should look at that map and know that it is in the absolutely wrong location. And Malawi, which is so much smaller than Mozambique, you can't tell that between the difference of Mozambique and Malawi. I mean, it is just embarrassing. There's that kind of orange shape of something that they put next to Nigeria that points to somewhere with literally no name. I mean, this is perhaps the worst AI. I mean, AI is certainly not ready to do a presentation like this, but to not have somebody on your team. This is the United States government presenting at a global conference, and they looked at this and thought it was okay. Just shows the incompetence. Incompetence that when it's used militarily becomes dangerous, but also just embarrassing. I mean, Trump is just hurting our state, standing in the world stage. I mean, he's falling asleep again and again. Everybody sees that. And just the FIFA conference, I'm sure most of you saw it, but just to remind you, you had a broadcaster talk about how they literally had to edit out the president of the United States because he was in the middle of a photo. So embarrassing. Take a listen to that. And then I definitely want to get into the AI and the military and what Hegseth has said about that.
Is now, so they can edit him out of that.
Now, Amnesty International is calling for the investigation to happen about the bombing of that school. The 150, 170 people, and mostly all children that were killed, because we have not done an investigation. We have not had any accountability. And really people coming to the conclusion that it was because it was AI, because it was so obvious. I had been a school there for years. Again, Google image showed that that had been a school for years. Amnesty International calling for this investigation of a bombing conducted by the United States. Our incompetence is not only embarrassing, it is dangerous. And Hegseth back in January announced how the Pentagon and military was going to be using AI. And just listen about how he talks about it. This emphasis on it being woke, right? That they weren't going to use woke AI. How about using accurate AI? I mean, don't we all know that AI isn't actually good enough or accurate enough yet to be used militarily? Take a listen to Hegseth.
Department of War AI will not be woke. It will work for us. We're building war-ready weapons and systems, not chatbots, for an Ivy League faculty lounge.
The Pentagon, the military, has used Grok 2,000 times. And this was a while ago. I mean, we've had strikes since then. They have used it 2,000 times to strike Iran. Now, as we know, we're not getting the full picture in terms of injuries, perhaps even casualties, that they have limited the access to Google Images in order for us independently to fact check the Pentagon and the military. So do you think that we have any idea how accurate these missiles have been? I mean, after the bombing of the school, you would think they would have maybe used AI less, but apparently it doesn't seem that way. They said this in this filing because they were trying to say that the data center that Elon Musk was trying to put in Memphis, he was trying to put gas turbines to power his data center. And he didn't want it to get permitted just like any other small business gets permitted. He wanted to have an exception. And Representative Justin J. Pearson there, who's running for Congress, whose district they racially gerrymandered, and his allies were so successful at pushing back on that. The Department of Justice intervened in the lawsuit and tried to say that this data center and these gas turbines could not be shut down because of national security. Never mind the fact that actually Grok sells a lot of that production from that data center to other AI companies, which of course he needs to make money because of his SpaceX IPO. But even beyond the fact that this isn't really all for national security, the fact that they are saying that they need his AI for national security, and at the same time, the AI is being used to produce a map, which is so extremely simple to do in such a bad way that we should not be using AI to use strikes in a country. Like how extremely irresponsible that is. Before we get back to it, a word from someone who spent her career reading contracts. The fine print always matters, and nowhere is that more true than Medicare. Every plan is essentially a contract, and the differences hide in the details. Which doctors, which prescriptions, what you actually pay when something goes wrong. Most people never get a fair walkthrough of those terms because many agents are paid more to place you in certain plans. That's a conflict of interest, and you deserve better than a conflicted advisor. That's why I like Chapter. They're the only Medicare advisor that compares every plan nationwide, and they're honest, not paid to steer you toward any particular one. They'll translate the fine print into plain English, and if your current plan is the right fit, they'll tell you so. It's free, it takes under 20 minutes, and they've saved people an average of $1,100 a year. If you're on Medicare or turning 65 soon, get a real second opinion. Call Chapter at 928-683-7766. That's 928-683-7766. I had a chance to actually talk to Justin Pearson about the data centers in Memphis and the fight for it, because here we have this AI, destroying the environment. For what purpose? To take our jobs, to use it for the military. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Oh, great. Hello.
Hey there.
I'm so excited about this.
Me too.
Thank you so much for joining. This is The Conversation, and our special guest is Tennessee State Representative Justin J. Pearson. I feel like you need no introduction at all. So welcome to the Midas Mighty community that's joining this live, as well as your supporters. And you have been so inspiring these last few months. I have to just say thank you right off the bat, because things are really awful. And it's really hard to feel as if we're going to have a way out of this. And it is leaders like you. You are so eloquent. You say the things exactly how I think, but, maybe can't always find the words. Your passion, as well as you talking about kindness. So
just wanted to highlight just yet another really dangerous use of AI. And in this respect, a really embarrassing use of AI as Trump continues to embarrass us and really hurt our standing around the world. If you have not yet subscribed to the MeidasTouch Network, be sure to do that. If you haven't found the Mistrial Audio Podcast, please find us wherever you listen to audio podcasts. It really helps support the podcast. Leave a comment, review, share it. And please check out the Mistrial sponsors in the description below. So grateful for our sponsors because they never censor what I have to say.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.